Hey everybody, welcome back to our Fast Facts series. I'm Ted, your host, and for this Fast Fact, we're going to examine two very important women in the civil rights struggle of the late 19th century, early 20th century. These two women are Mary Elizabeth Terrell and Ida Wells Barnett. They were among the more prominent civil rights activists of this period. And there were also civil rights activists who disagreed in many ways with Booker T. Washington. Both women were really quite remarkable for their time and for now. Their legacies really stand the test of time. They really hold up well. They were both born during the United States Civil War. They were both educated at the colleges established during Reconstruction, and both of them were dedicated to contesting the then established and very prevalent theories on social Darwinism, racism, and of course sexism. Mary Elizabeth Terrell, she was born in Memphis, and she was educated at Wilberforce College in Ohio. Now, Terrell began her career with the Colored Women's League, and she rose to leadership positions in that organization and even oversaw the merging of the Colored Women's League with other women's clubs. And these mergers would eventually form the National Association of Colored Women, the NACW, in 1896. Now, Mary Elizabeth Terrell was a firm advocate of what W.E.B. Du Bois would later call ceaseless agitation. But Terrell nevertheless remained a firm supporter of Washington. She saw the value in both Du Bois' approach and Washington's approach. And she praised Washington for his leadership of Tuskegee Institute, and she gravitated more toward the social stance of Du Bois. So she appreciated the community aspect and the ceaseless and tireless efforts that Washington poured into making Tuskegee a renowned institute. But on its social stances, on casting the bucket down where it was, so to speak. She rejected that, and she gravitated more towards the Bois stance of never ceasing to confront racism or sexism or these theories on social Darwinism. And Mary Elizabeth Terrell would eventually served as one of the founding members of the NAACP. Now, Ida Wells Barnett, she was born in Mississippi, and she actually worked her way through Fisk University in Tennessee. And her career begins in earnest in 1884 when she filed a suit against the Tennessee Railway after she was thrown out of an all-white car, and she actually won her suit in 1884. Wells Barnett would later make headlines again in 1891 after she was fired by the Memphis School Board for criticizing, their funding of the city's African American schools. From her teaching career, she moved on to a career in journalism, and she really made a name for herself as a journalist for her scathing reviews detailing the horrors of lynching that she provided for American newspapers in Chicago and New York. In 1895, Wells Barnett published The Red Record, which is still perhaps the best researched analysis of lynching in the southeastern United States during this late 19th century, early 20th century period. Had Jim Crow was then the most prevalent form of social stratification. And with that being said, we'll end our fast fact. And more can be said about the careers and the lives of the two most extraordinary women in history, in American history. But the fast facts are designed to be short and brief and sweet, and so we'll end it there. And as always, hit like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you thought about the fast fact and the careers of these two most remarkable women of their era and of ours.